Okay, I'm just about set up. I've been scrapbooking on this desk all week, and now I had to clean it off enough to do a video. So, all right, I'm back in the book by Alan Kosky, and it is book number 6, Birds. This is the page I'm going to work on. Now, I am going totally wild on this, off the books. I don't know what you want to call it. I am going to see how quickly I can do the whole page. I am going to use the KingArt Gel Sticks. I have pulled up a picture of a hummingbird just to have something to kind of go by. And I've got the gel sticks out and the brushes from TEMU. And we're just going to go for it, okay? So I've got this green, and I am going to go right here on my craft mat. And no, I did not bother to grab paper towels before I started. So anyway, all right, so these are those brushes from TEMU. I got a bunch of them, and each color I use for that color. If you're interested in those, the link I give out lasts for a few hours, and then that's it, because the link I give usually is for games I'm playing, so that I earn a little bit of credit. A lot of you know that we're still unemployed, but with Granny and Robert's situation, it's just not been a good time to go back to work. So we're making it. We're doing okay. But TEMU has allowed me to go ahead and get some Christmas gifts and put them back, because I play the games and earn free gifts. But again, to do that, I need people to sign up. Now, I'm not worried that I went into that background, okay? The next color I'm going to grab is going to be, let's see, let's go with these pinks and purples. All right, now this does work up really quick. You can see already how quick this is going. I'm going to grab the lightest color first. It's got a hair in it. And I'm going to do the throat part. And I should turn my brush this way. The reason being, that way it stays inside and all this extra goes into there. Okay, be up on the tip. And then I'm going to go into deeper color and go right in the middle of that. Now, do you see how easily this blends? Now, I'm going to go off from what it shows here, because I do like different colors on my hummingbird. I am going to grab some white, which I've not used much before, just using it plain. I have an extra green brush, so I'm going to use that for my white. And I can always wash these brushes, and you see it picked up some of the pink. It's just barely there. There you go. But I'm going to use this down through here just to kind of blend that a little. And see, I will wash this brush probably before I use it again. Now, in here, I'm going to do the same thing. Just use that white just to kind of drag that color out a little. Now, on the other one, see, I told you we're going to just trying to fly through and see how fast, how quickly we can do a page. So I'm pulling up another hummingbird. So it's just an ad for something off of Amazon. This one has purple wings. So some purple, and then grab my purple brush, pick up the color, and then there's barely any wing here, okay? So I'm going to get that part of the wing, okay? And then I'm going to grab, I'm going to see if there's still any green on this. There's probably not enough. Well, there might be. There's the green. And then this one's got some of this tealy color. The set of gel sticks that I'm using is the 20 pack. That is what they sent me. And I've got to say, if there was a bigger pack, I don't think I would have needed it really. Okay, I am going to, I don't know really what's on here. So I probably shouldn't just do this, but I'm going to. I just went ahead and used it. I'm going to come up through here. Oh, it worked okay. I should go this way. Following that. And then the back of his head is actually shown in a darker blue on my picture. So, and it's just a reference photo. You don't have to stay with the photos. This blue, it always comes out kind of weird. But anyway, yeah. And don't scrape that with your hand like I just almost did again. Use bristles. Yeah, so I'm going to take something later and brush that off. In fact, a brush. Is that a chunk? Yep. So, and then I will take my eraser to that later and see how much of that will clean up with an eraser. Now, for the flowers, I want them in red. So I'm pulling this red. Got my red stick. Yeah, I need to play with that blue and see if there's something wrong with it, because I always have problems with that particular blue blending. And if so, I'll be in contact with the company and see what we can find out. Okay, so I want these flowers in red. Okay, so far 7 minutes. Okay, it's not perfect. We're not going for perfection. Okay, this is going to take quite a bit of red. So let's just keep this in one hand and this in the other. We'll just get this on there. There we go. And anytime you've got flowers in the background like this, I'm going to show you how to treat that so that it doesn't take forever. Because this is about doing a page quickly. How to do it. How to get all your basic colors on. Now, am I going to be finished after getting these colors on? No. I am still going to come in with some pencils or some alcohol markers or something. I think I'm going to go with pencils. And I will show you why. And I can go over all this with gel pens or a fine tip marker, and it will cover all of this so that it will be okay. And again, I'm standing up, leaning over a table, so I am not in the best position to be doing this. So when you do it, if you're doing something like this, make sure you're comfortable. You could use gel sticks, you could use gelatos, you could use, let's see, what else? Eyeshadow. You could use chalks, pastels, anything like that that you feel comfortable with, you can use that. Now, I'm going to get a little bit more on, and then show you how I do background flowers. Okay, so flowers, we're assuming that's the same flower, but it's way in the background. That's it. Okay, you don't have to get all, picky with what's in the background. You can just throw that on there and be okay. All right, now, don't like that line showing right there. I'll fix that in a little bit. All right, so let me get all of this off the table here where I can get to my pencils, because that's what I'm going to do next. So I am just going to use the pencils that are laying back here, and right now that happens to be the ones that company sent me with the blending sticks. Do you remember? Okay, let's do that. Get right there. Get myself seated. Right here. These are from Grizaye. It's Grizaye. And they are actually sold individually if you want. Now, what I would do now is come in here. You see what I'm doing? And then just fade it out. See how that suddenly looks like it's tucked down in there? But instead of having to do everything, and these are, I believe, an oil pencil. So, rubs a little bit, okay? So I'm going to come through here, because the one I'm on is underneath the other one. And then you fade out into that other red that is the gel stick. Okay, and I'm going to rub. The rubbing, because it's oil and because I just did the gel stick, helps that to fade out some. Okay. And again, this is going to be a very loosely painted or colored page. It's not something where we did just a whole lot of work on it. Now this, I'm just fixing where I didn't get to the edge. Okay, this is in the back. This is in the back. Then fade it out. This is all in the back. Fade it out. This is in the back. And here's where I didn't get all the way up to the edge. Just use a little bit of pencil on there. But this is a much different look than what we've done in the past. Okay? So don't think, oh, it's going to look like a colored page. It's not going to. That is not, it's actually not what I'm going for. I'm going for something very loosely done and just experimenting and playing around with supplies. Okay. So if you're wanting it to look like a really colored page, then sit and do all your coloring. But look at the difference in this and this over here. Okay. And it's almost got that watercolor effect or feel to it. And you can see it really didn't take us long to get there. Fade out. try to see what's in front and what's behind. You can do it with a little bit of practice. You'll get there. Pages aren't done in 5 or 10 minutes. Even something like this is going to take some time. Okay? Your page is only going to look as good as the time you put into it. That's why I said this was a big experimental page. The next video, I'm probably going to go ahead and do a flip through on this book, because I know several people have been anxious to go ahead and see the whole book. And see, I'm getting the piddly parts there, just getting all the way to the edges. Light touch. I'm back on the pencil. I'm not way down here. I am heavy-handed, so I know I've got to pull back on that pencil. Okay? But this is your time to spruce up all those little places. Okay? So really, that's just coming in and doing some of that. You could also come in, if you were using chalk pastels, you could come in and literally draw in there and just brush it a little with a Q-tip and get your effect of it being darker in there. All right, so what do you think for being fast? I'm not saying it's perfect or anything, I'm just saying it being quickly done. Okay, here's a blue by that same company. I'm just going to round this, make it a little darker up here, a little darker under here, and then let it fade out. If you're going to drag your finger through it, use a different finger. You don't want to drag that red through there. Okay? And then I'm going to take some yellow. This is how good these pencils are. Watch this. See that yellow I put in? I'm going to come back in with the blue, go over the top ever so slightly. Look at that dark green it made. These pencils, yeah, I wish they'd send me the set. Yeah, we're doing okay. We're still unemployed, but that's okay. We were looking at things before we got in that position. In-laws are doing pretty good. It's just progressing. That's about all I can say right now, is it's just progressing. So, and I can put some in here. Look, if I want to go over top, it just brightens it up. Okay? But then if I want to kick it back to green a little bit, put some of that blue on there. And then I can come back with the yellow again. Yeah, that's what they sent me, was blue, yellow, and red. But I will tell you, their red is a red, okay? So, I mean, I can come in here and really get that in there. See there? That red is a red. Because I know we always have that problem as colorists. But I could actually say that was done, except for where I'm going to grab an eraser and see how much of that I can fix. So, it just depends on if I have an eraser back here at all, or if all the erasers have wandered off to the other room. And it appears that they might have all wandered off. Nope, that's an old pencil. It's not going to work. So, just assume that I was able to clean this up. And then if I wanted to do something here, actually, let's do something there. Because if we're going to finish the page, let's finish the page. You know the green that we had going on? Let's just take some green, put it up through here, okay? take some green there. Let's give the illusion that these leaves are done. Okay. We're just treating it kind of like a watercolor type situation here. Not worried about getting everything perfect on this one. And yeah, I'm still looking for an eraser. And I found one. I've loved these. These are the ones we got, I think, when we were in South Korea. I know it says Japan. But anyway. All right, so let's see how this goes. The pink. See how it's cleaning up. And then don't brush it with your hand. Do not do that. Get yourself some sort of a big brush that's fluffy or something. You can even use a makeup brush, a big giant blush brush, and use it to take care of brushing off the little balls of eraser. Okay, I'll get some of that off. It was a little generous. Now this is the part I'm not sure about. If I had been thinking about it, I would have come in with the drawing gum. If you're not familiar with this stuff, it's awesome. You put it on with a brush, rinse your brush really good afterwards, let it dry, do your picture, and then it rolls off. Kind of like the old rubber cement. And I could have put that around the bird. But, you know, I'm just keeping it real, showing you what really happens. Now, see, I almost brushed it with my hand. Now, we're looking at that and we're thinking, what can we do to fix that? Well, one thing we can do is keep paint nearby. What do I mean? You're fixing to see. I am going to get, let's see, do I want paint or do I want a marker? I have some pens that are supposed to be white. Now they don't always write on, yeah, they're not, that's not going to work. They don't always work real good on, what am I thinking? On gel pens and markers and pencils. I am going to try this. It's a colorless blender, so sometimes this takes stuff off. Yeah, there's some on there. Let's get a piece of scrapbooking paper. This is how we learn. It's not taking enough off though, so we know that's not going to do it. Let's see, what else can we try? I know if nothing else, I can use white paint. And I'm actually doing a paint by number right now, so I am going to get into this little tube with this white, and ooh, that thing's nasty on that end. I'm going to use this end. I'm going to dot in the white. That's already dry. And I'm going to come around here. Now, do you see how the paint is right there? So when I smush down, it's going to be up close and then fade out. Did that make sense? Because of the way I'm laying it down. And it might take a couple layers on this just because of what it is, but can you see how it's already starting to cover? So I'm blowing it dry. There we go. Much better. So yeah, I would say a good staple to have on hand is going to be white paint. Just an acrylic. And I would not go with the Aleen's. I would not go with Apple Barrel. I don't even know if they still make that stuff. I would go with either Folk Art or Americana. Those are the two thickest ones, and you'll get better coverage. But now, look at our page. That was done in 26 minutes-ish. Okay? So next time we get together, I am probably going to do a flip through of the book. Okay? All right, if you have questions, post them down in the comments. You know I do get back to all the questions. I do my best to help you and to answer things in a timely manner. If you're interested in the brushes, the whole set is less than $10 with free shipping. Please put in the comments that you need a link to that so that I can get some credit and some free stuff for it. And then I will also put down in the description the link to the KingArt. You'll get, if you use my code Proctor10, I think it's Proctor10, I'll look it up. You'll get a discount on these when you buy them. Okay? All right. Well, that's all I know right now. And I will see you all back here in a few days. I'm going to go gel pen these little bits here. I'm thinking I may even use gold just to perk it up a bit. Ta-da! Okay. Now I don't want to get my hand in anything, but I am going to just, now these are all over the place, so I'm just kind of hit and miss, just kind of guessing where they are, and then I'll put tips. Okay, so yeah, there's one right there that I totally missed. And then same thing over here. Always be careful of where you're putting your hand so you're not going back into something that is wet. I know this actually looks like green on here, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a gold color. These were they from the Dollar Tree? Back before COVID? Crafter's Square. It might have been after COVID because they do Crafter's Square now there. So, anyway. All right. That's it, y'all. Finished. Talk to you in a few. Bye.